Hey everyone, I'm Bree.
And I'm Cambria, and you're listening to
Sister-in-Law.
Hi, Sil.
Hi, Sil. How's it going?
Pretty good.
Another week, another podcast?
Another freaking week, man. It has been wild lately.
I know. You and I have been all over the place.
Yeah, we traveled the world.
We went to Barcelona, not to be called Barcelona. Apparently, nobody should call it that. I didn't, to be fair. Did you? How did you get corrected on this?
So Clay, my husband, your brother, he they don't know us yet.
I know,
okay?
that's true.
He has us watch every time before we travel. He has us watch just a shit ton of YouTube videos about the location. And at first, I found it to be kind of annoying because I was like, okay, yes, I like to educate myself about a place, but a man's love language is showing you YouTube videos that you don't give a shit about.
So true.
Yeah, leave me alone.
Yeah.
But we watched this one about Barcelona.
Yeah.
And the guy was from there, and he was like, here are the things you don't do in Barcelona. And one of them was you don't need to call it that unless you're Catalonian.
Yeah.
Because you don't have that accent, and they're not offended by that.
I mean, that makes sense because I sound like a ridiculous person when I try to say it that way.
Barcelona.
I never say it that way, to be fair.
Yeah, you don't.
Same with Ibiza. I feel that feels weird. I feel like I'm too try hard if I do it.
The only people who say it like that are people who go to Ibiza regularly, and there's something to be said about someone who goes to Ibiza regularly.
So true. Okay, so we went to Barcelona together on what I'm calling a Sibs trip.
Yeah.
So it was my brother Clay, my Sil sitting next to me, Bree, and then our brother Matt and our soon-to-be Sil, Maddie, and also my best friend Allie. And so we all went to Barcelona.
Allie.
Yeah, shout out Allie. We all went to Barcelona, and what did we learn, Bree? What did we learn while in Barcelona?
Gaudi's dope.
Gaudi's so dope.
The architect, artist.
Right. Yes.
We
went to Park Güell.
Yes.
Which was beautiful.
I went in the ceiling and it just looked like titties on the ceiling. That was cool. I like that.
Like that's where your brain goes.
Yeah.
I'm like, the gardens were amazing.
It was like tits.
And then the food, crazy.
Insane. The Iberian ham. The
Love
jamon.
the ham. The jamon. Jamon.
Jamon.
Yeah. The ham was so good.
Yeah.
I like the pan con tomate.
Yeah.
That was great.
I mean, just
which is bread with tomato on it.
Yes. And the Spanish tortillas.
It's stunning.
My God. Okay. It sounds simple. It's like potato, egg, and onion.
Yeah. It's almost like a little frittata.
Yeah, but way better.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with those. And I'm not a casserole girly. Don't put things in a dish and put egg and in the oven and call it something. It's not my vibe.
Right.
But that worked for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a little circle on your plate. So good.
And you are a dairy-free queen.
Yeah.
And I feel like they had food for you there.
No, I was eating dairy the whole time. But yes, they did have food for me.
But they had food that didn't have it. Because then we went to France. France doesn't know how to cook anything without cheese, milk, or butter.
Correct.
There's nothing without those things.
And
so
I did have an allergic reaction.
Yeah, you died a little on the inside. But it was amazing food. You ate delicious things and then you died.
So good. I call them my cheese boils.
Yeah.
Which are the little hives that form on my hands when the dairy has become too much and the lactate is no longer working.
Gnarly.
And that started to happen. And I won't get into all the gross things that happened that night. But
I feel so bad for you.
It was tough. It was tough stuff. But you know what? I did have chorizo pizza that night. And was it worth it? No. But it was so good.
It was really good, but maybe not worth the boils.
It's never worth the boils.
No, we went for our sister's wedding.
Yes.
Shout out to Corey and Nick.
Corey and Nick are
Congrats.
married.
So yeah, it was really a Sibs trip that leaned into a family trip for our sister Corey. And it was a great time. We had a great time. And now we're back. And the jet lag is still waking me up.
Really?
Yeah.
What time are you getting up?
I've been up every day this week at 5:30 in the morning.
Whoa.
And some of you listening are like, that's what time I wake up every day. I'm a childless 38-year-old woman. I do not wake up at 5:30 every day.
And you're an evening exercise girl.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm not a morning person.
Yeah.
I hate the morning. I wake up naturally at 7. Mm-hmm. And then I
that's early.
Slowly putter around for an hour before getting into my work.
Yeah. That's pretty standard.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything off about that. I don't think that's even that late. I feel like most people wake up at 7.
Yeah. But
unless
that
they have
hour and a
children.
half, I need it back.
Yeah. Well, it's going to come to you. We just
Yeah.
need to have a really like rip-roaring night out. And then you'll be so
Okay.
tired, you'll sleep for a full day. And then
That's
you'll,
your
like,
homework. Take me for a rip-a-roaring night out.
I freaking will.
Yeah.
We had a rip-roaring night out in Barcelona. We went to see a flamenco show.
Yes. Oh my God. Okay, so Brie was insistent. Her friend told us we got to go see a flamenco show.
Shout out Helen.
And so she books us this flamenco show. She books it for 9 p.m. at night.
Yeah.
Which is like fine for Barcelona. Everything's late. And Brie has, I back it up. Brie has an uncanny ability to fall asleep anywhere.
Some call it narcolepsy.
It's not, but like
I call it just like
it's very jealousy inducing. Like I've been on car rides with you that are like short car rides, like 20-minute car rides, and she's just getting her cat nap in.
Baby.
And I know you are just a baby, but it's really impressive. Anyway, she books this flamenco thing. It's very intimate. It's very close. You're sitting very close to people. There's maybe 100 people in this audience. Like it is not a big room.
And it was beautiful.
It was beautiful. And Brie knows that because I told her. Because she fell asleep within 1 minute of sitting in this flamenco show. They didn't even have time to bore her. She just was asleep.
The best part was I held my sangria in my hand the whole entire time.
I know. I can't believe you didn't drop it. I was down the aisle. We had a lot of like friends and siblings in between us. And I just kept looking down being like, are you fucking kidding me?
Once again, the catnap burglar returns.
It's so crazy. Okay,
Yeah.
So then you checked your Aura ring.
I like wake up from my nap. I'm like, shit, like this is my, and you know,
This is my activity. You booked this activity.
Yeah, this was also jet lag. And so like it was 9 p.m. So like I'm pretty impressed with myself. I didn't nap that day. Shout out me. I made sure I stayed awake, and then that was my like last ditch effort, and maybe I failed, but like I saw part of the show and I took a little video, and it was, so I posted that to my Instagram to make sure everyone knew I went to flamenco.
Knew that you were awake.
Was totally awake. So I get a notification from my Aura ring, and it's like, did you just take a nap? You bitch.
Not called out by the Aura ring.
Not called out by the Aura ring. In addition to my entire family roasting me, which is like well within their right, and as they should. Yeah. But my like wearable betrayed me. Yeah. And
those wearables, they're real though.
I know. And I'm obsessed with my Aura ring. And like I originally got it not to track my many naps, but to actually track my fertility. And so that's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about not fertility tracking per se, but I want to talk about cycle tracking. Yes. Because that applies to every woman, whether you are looking to intentionally not get pregnant, whether you were looking to intentionally get pregnant, whether you were looking to balance your hormones. Like it's such a huge thing. And I think like a lot of people perhaps know a little bit about it, but I feel like there's a lot of misinformation out there.
Definitely.
So I want to talk about that a little bit.
I think it's just not readily available information. And so when Brie brought this up, I was like, yes, please. Because I think as somebody that's not trying to get pregnant, but like I try to avoid, I get incredibly gnarly migraines when I'm on my cycle. And so like just avoiding like activities when I know this stuff is coming up. Obviously I'm already doing that with the migraine piece of it, but like prepping, like what can I do ahead of time to like be prepared?
Yeah. Like maybe I'll get into this later, but like maybe that week, you know that you're going to potentially get a migraine, you make less social obligations. You don't have to cancel on people. Yeah. Just like stuff like that. And I presented this, what I'm going to talk about today, I presented at our Friends offsite, which we've talked about before, but do you want to give like a little refresher on what Friend Offsite is?
Yeah, Friend Offsite is a group of women I brought together. We meet once a quarter and we just present on things that we're passionate about to each other. Some of them are silly, some of them are serious, some of them are food related, like some of them are games. But it's just a time for like women to chat with other women about their passions, and we're all very like, you know, supportive of one another. So it's like a really fun environment to be in, watching your friends just like geek out on whatever they want to geek out about. So Brie came and geeked out on hormones and cycles, and I thought it was really beneficial. And so we both wanted to bring it to you.
So let's talk about it.
Okay, great.
I'm going to throw some stats at you.
Please.
Yeah. We love a stat.
We love a stat.
Cambria, did you know that up to 80% of women report experiencing PMS symptoms, including mood swings, irritability, and anxiety?
I'm surprised it's only at 80.
Yeah. Yeah, what are those other women doing?
Yeah. I wish I had their genes.
Sketch. All right,
Yeah.
another stat.
Cool.
20 to 30% of women experience PMDD, premenstrual dysphoric disorder, a severe form of PMS that can interfere with daily functioning and is linked to extreme mood changes. So that I'll get into in a bit, but like a lot of women are misdiagnosed with anxiety or depression, and they actually have PMDD. And so the treatment for that would be completely different. You would not be on an SSRI. You would get a hormone panel and your hormones would be balanced out. And then you would take medication to balance your hormones out, and it would solve that for you.
So do you think like for women that maybe are considering like, oh, I might have been misdiagnosed here, they probably went to a psychiatrist, right? Because they were feeling that way. So is the next step, the second opinion, to go to like your OBGYN gyno and see like what your hormones are doing to try and get the other diagnosis, you think?
Exactly. So it took me 7 years to get diagnosed with PMDD, and I was put on SSRIs, and then I went off of them and was able to get my PMDD diagnosis. So for women who maybe think they got misdiagnosed, who kind of feel like, okay, there's perhaps 2 weeks out of the month. Normal, it would be like a week out of the month where you feel like very down in the dumps. Your mood, I call it like the brain fog, where I just cannot, everything is harder to do.
Yeah.
The things that I can do in my sleep all of a sudden take like extra work.
Yeah.
It's what I imagine. I've never been pregnant. It's what I imagine pregnancy brain perhaps feels like sometimes.
I see. Yeah.
But yeah, so if you're going to try and sort of go
and maybe
in,
don't self-diagnose. We're not big fans of that. Like just
I am
go get
so
multiple
against
opinions.
that. I am so against that. The internet is full of self-diagnoses. It's like, oh, do you like get anxiety when you talk to people? You now have ADHD. It's like such bullshit.
Yeah.
I am not. I believe in going to a professional and getting a diagnosis. So I think you should go to your OBGYN and insist on a hormone panel.
Yeah.
They draw your blood, give you a hormone panel. It will show you clear as day which hormones are low and which ones are high, and you'll be able to get a diagnosis from there.
Yeah. I mean, when I turned 36, I started going to a new OBGYN. First time in my life.
Our angel.
We love Dr. Mercy. Shout
out Dr. Mercy. And Dr. Mercy's sister. She works at the Breast Cancer Center at Cedars-Sinai.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so Dr. Mercy was the first OBGYN I've ever gone to who offered me a hormone panel. And I was like, I don't even know what that is. So she gave me a hormone panel, realized like progesterone levels were off, like some of these other things. So, I'm kind of on like this supplement regimen to like help me, just balance all these things out. And then I found out I had like severe endometriosis. And it wasn't until I was 36. I was like, How do I not know this? Like
they don't just like give you an people don't realize this. Like, unless you ask for these things, the normal healthcare system isn't going to just like give you an ultrasound.
Yeah.
And like really walk you through what the problems are.
Totally. I have a huge endometrioma, which is basically like a large blood clot.
So crazy.
Like in my ovary. And like
why
I had
it's like
no
already
clue.
bleeding. Like, why does it need to bleed more?
Yeah, well, I think it's not. I think that's the problem is it's just like collecting there. But I know this isn't like fun to necessarily hear, but I just think it's so crazy that like I didn't know until I was even past the age of like what they considered geriatric for pregnancy and stuff. I didn't even know that I had this issue. And the only reason I found out and the only reason why I changed OBGYNs was because I was deciding to freeze my eggs.
Right.
So like until you as a woman are deciding to do something with fertility, you don't get there. Like that's crazy to me.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
Like,
tell me when I'm young. Tell me what I've got going on.
Please tell me when I'm like,
tell me my
20.
egg count. Like tell me, why isn't that just a normal thing to like share with people?
Well, you go to your first gynecology appointment when you're what? 15,
16? Yeah.
Like that should be part of it.
Yeah.
Here's your egg count. Check.
Right.
Not that you care about it at 15, but at least you have a point of reference.
Right.
Moving forward.
Yeah. And if they did that annually, I don't know. We could go on and on, but get back to your stuff.
This episode is brought to you by Content Allies. we help B2B companies launch revenue-generating podcasts. We schedule interviews between you and your ideal prospects and strategic partners. You show up for engaging conversations. We handle everything else. Ready to build a podcast that grows your business in just 1 hour per week? Reach out to us at contentallies.com.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, healthcare is like, women weren't actually involved in healthcare studies until like the 90s. Like most health studies have been done on men, and like the ones that have been done on women are very minimal. So that's why I think this stuff is so important.
Yeah.
Another stat.
Great.
Women are twice as likely as men to be diagnosed with depression, with hormonal shifts during menstruation, pregnancy, postpartum, and menopause being significant contributing factors. So again, I'm not saying go off your SSRI. I'm not saying they're not useful and valuable. That's not the theme of this discussion.
No, and we're not doctors, so we can't tell you what to do.
But I will say that like making sure your hormones are balanced, I would argue, is perhaps like the first step a woman should take if she's feeling mentally or physically off.
Yes. And I think you can literally just go, you don't have to switch gynecologists. You can just go to your gynecologist and say, I would like a hormone panel,
Listen,
please.
Lady or man.
Or man. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Another stat, 50% of women have hormonal fluctuations that affect sleep across their lifespan, especially during menstruation, pregnancy, and menopause. Hence why I'm a sleepy bitch.
I knew there was a reason.
Right?
Yeah.
I just always got to like back up my stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So I want to talk a little bit about my hormone journey. I promise it'll be fast and not boring. I went on birth control in 2009. I'm 34. I'll be 35 in a couple months.
Yeah.
So I went on birth control in 2009. And afterwards I went through a bout of depression years later. And at that point in 2016, I was diagnosed with PMDD. And then I was sort of just given Prozac and told good luck. So that was on Kaiser. And they basically said, you have PMDD, only take the Prozac when you are menstruating or no, the week before.
Okay.
And then that will help with those, like that week-long period of time where you feel really shitty. And that did help for a while.
Okay.
But then it kind of like almost like leveled out because it's like there's your hormones kind of like, I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
We're not a doctor.
I like fight back against that shit.
Yeah. It just didn't work.
Yeah. And it also made like there were less lows, but that also meant there were less highs.
Yeah.
And it definitely affected like my drive.
Yeah.
It affected like those big joy moments. I didn't feel them as like heightened as I did before.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I personally didn't love that. Again, not a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag not a doctor. So I started cycle mapping in 2020 and it made like a massive impact on my mental and physical health. I have this picture of myself, like just like a little bit heavier than I am now, but like, you know, more to love, and just like eating a bowl of macaroni and cheese, like a full bowl, and just like not understanding that.
Says
like,
the non-dairy queen. That doesn't sound like a good choice.
That was dairy-free mac.
Oh, okay.
No, cool. Thank you very much. That's when Trader Joe's used to make a dairy-free mac.
Oh, I remember.
It was a big time in my life.
Yeah, I get that.
So I started cycle mapping, and it made a huge impact because now I understood like, okay, there are certain weeks out of the month where I'm going to be way hungrier. You know, like I literally one time was so hungry, I ate an entire like lasagna.
Yeah.
Like I was capable of that.
Yeah.
Because that's how much your body is like just going on that roller coaster. So I'll talk about cycle mapping in just a minute. But in 2024, I got my hormone panel. Finally, thanks to Dr. Mercy. And I was diagnosed with PCOS and low progesterone and high testosterone. I always knew I had high testosterone.
Yeah, you did.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like,
yeah. She's the man.
She's like my vibe.
Yeah.
So anyway, all of that really like set me up to be where I'm at today, where I've like lost weight. I feel the best I've ever felt at 34. I actually don't take naps anymore.
Except for at flamenco.
Except for at flamenco. at 9 p.m.
I mean, to be fair, jet lag is a thing. We'll give you a pass.
No, don't give me a pass. I fell asleep at Flamenco.
Okay, but this has helped you.
But like these are the things I don't do anymore. Like I don't binge eat like that at that level. I don't nap anymore. I was napping a lot over those years because I just was so tired during a certain time of my cycle because I just like could not stay awake.
Yeah.
And so like cycle mapping has helped me learn how to like regulate my sleep better and all of that. So I just want to talk a little bit about cycle mapping.
I think cycle mapping was like the biggest takeaway for the gals that friend offsite too. So I think like understanding where you're at and being able to like kind of work your schedule around your cycle
Like
is
your whole life.
amazing.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. Like Clay has a calendar. It's on our calendar. Like the days when I'm going to be down in the dumps, he knows, he's the one who probably needs to go to the grocery store. He needs to pick up more slack around the house. He needs to know that if I need to go to bed super early, that's just going to happen. Or if I need to sleep in that morning, that's what's going to happen. And like he also knows I'm going to be pretty testy.
Yeah.
So he knows like maybe I don't take
He's like
her
mentally
so
prepared.
seriously.
Yeah.
Like her little like statements that she's making. Maybe
Yeah.
she's not being a total bitch.
Yeah.
Although like I am a self-prescribed like bitch.
No.
Okay, so I want to talk about the different phases and like what I've named them. Different mood, different mindset. And then sometimes you have superpowers. There's like a positive side of it. It's not all about like preventing bad things from happening. A lot of it is like harnessing the good times of your cycle to reach your full potential as a human being, and like reach your goals and stuff like that. So day 1 through 7 of your cycle, for those of you who don't know, is your menstrual phase. Day 8 through 13 is follicular. Day 14 is ovulation. And day 15 to 28 is luteal. And we'll talk about all of those phases. So your menstrual phase is day 1 through 7, and I call this sleepy dragon phase.
Cute.
So just like a little, you're like a little grumpy, like don't wake it up, but like it's just like cute and sleepy.
Cute and sleepy.
Yeah,
Okay.
You have low levels of estrogen and progesterone during this time. You're gonna have kind of low energy, especially in the first couple days. Your mood's going to be tired. You might be a little more introverted during this time, maybe a little more sensitive. Some get a big sense of relief. This is when you're menstruating. We all know the physical symptoms, so I don't need to go into that. We all know some are worse for some than for others. I have a really hard time on like day 1, and then I'm usually like good after that.
Yeah.
Is that the case for you? Or well,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on consistent birth control still.
yeah,
So I have a different story, but this is good.
yeah.
So keep going. I have to be on it because of the endometriosis.
Yeah. Well, I just took my IUD out like 2 months ago. So
Yeah, because she and my brother are going to have a baby.
baby.
But they're not pregnant yet.
yeah, I'm not pregnant. Okay. I'll tell you guys as soon as it happens. Just kidding.
Well, you hope you tell them at some point.
Yeah.
But you
at
better
some
tell
point.
me as soon as
No, I will. This is like my favorite thing about cycle mapping is you can kind of just like create this really fun monthly calendar around it. And it kind of gives you like a sense of like control, which we all love.
We all love
and like
control.
purpose. And so during this phase, you want to maybe book a spa day when you're menstruating. You want to move into gentle exercise. Maybe
Is this the second week you said?
This is your menstrual phase, day 1 through 7.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it's the beginning of your cycle. This is when your
Okay.
cycle starts. It's when your first bleed.
Yep.
It's when you start.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah. So you want to do gentle exercise, like skip those high impact workouts. If you're a berries girly, maybe you get on ClassPass and go over to Pilates for that week and maybe skip the berries. You want to
What if you're not either of those girlies?
then you just
Just
stick-
don't.
Yeah.
Just don't do anything.
Just don't do anything. No, you should stick to your workouts, maybe just like long walks. And like you have
Okay.
a trainer and you go in like 3 days a week or whatever.
Yeah. I do twice a week and then tennis once a week. Yeah.
Okay. So maybe you like, depending on how you feel,
Yeah.
maybe you like
Taper it.
taper it off,
Okay.
skip a day, whatever.
Yeah.
You have the latitude to do that during this week.
Yeah.
You really want to eat like a lot of protein during this time. That is sort of obvious, right? You're losing some iron. If you bleed, But even if you don't bleed on your days 1 through 7, you still are feeling like some level of the effect. So you're still going to feel maybe like a little tired. You want to, this is an idea, journal your feelings or schedule therapy for this week.
Says the girl that hates whoa. Look at you.
I'm a big journaler.
That's good.
I just like don't
I mean, you
talk
are a
about it.
writer, so that kind of tracks.
Yeah, I just like don't talk about it.
Okay.
Journal's just for me time.
Okay.
But I do journal. It's a good time to like get out your feelings. So this is fun. Increase your sleep to like 10 to 11 hours per night.
So fun.
Women are like, why am I always tired? Blah, blah, blah. Like you need to sleep more. Like men need 6 to 8 hours. Women need 8 to 11 hours of sleep. Like that's just a reality. We need more sleep than they do. So it's important to like sleep studies are done on men. So it's important to remember that. Schedule your nap if needed, and get lots of sunshine and maybe decrease your social obligations. So Cambria and I both have very full social calendars. We're like so cool.
So cool.
We're not cool, but we just, I don't know.
We like to keep busy to distract our brains.
Yeah, that's what it is to like, keep the like crushing feeling and weight of this world off of our shoulders. We just like stay busy.
Yeah. We like to be busy. We like people.
And so, just maybe like don't.
So
make
you
as many
have in
plans
your
out.
calendar with Clay week 1, like less social interactions.
Yeah.
Let's just chill this week.
And he is like, I'm social and he is like another level of social that I just can't even explain.
Yeah.
So I've had to be like, listen, we got to taper it back this week or mama's going to go crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you're out of your menstrual phase. We're moving on to our follicular phase, which is so fun.
Okay.
This is our phoenix rising from the ashes.
We love
She's
it.
not quite ovulating, but she's getting there and she's feeling good. She's starting to feel a little better. She is a phoenix rising from the ashes. Her estrogen is rising, but her progesterone is still low, which is why you might still be a little tired.
Okay.
But your energy is increasing, your motivation as estrogen rises. Your mood is very optimistic and creative. You're more social. So schedule those social obligations on day 8 through 13. Just get out there and have a good freaking time.
Love it.
It's also a great creative time. Your skin might clear up. Your drive might increase. And then you have a better workout performance. So I don't know if other women experience this, but I certainly do. Like I'm a Pilates girly, Legree. Shout out Legree. Another shout out.
So many shout outs today.
And
we must be in the Phoenix rising phase because we're just so happy. We're just shouting everybody out right now.
Shouting everybody out. So yes, physical symptoms, working out. I definitely feel like some weeks have a much harder time in Pilates than others, and that is 100% to do with my cycle. So something to keep in mind. So this is a great time to set goals and intentions for your future.
Cool.
Yeah. Maybe learning something new, pick up a new hobby. If you're planning on doing that, maybe schedule it for days 8 through 13 of your cycle.
I highly recommend tennis if anybody's thinking about it. I've got an 84-year-old coach. He's great.
Shout out your coach.
Mike. Coach Mike.
Create a vision board during this time if that's something you're into. High impact exercise, you can go back to that. My Berries Girlies, shout out.
Okay, we got to stop with the shout outs.
You can sort of start to decrease your sleep. Try and shoot for like 9 to 10 hours. If you wake up naturally.
A decrease?
Yeah.
I'm so lucky if I get 7 hours of sleep.
Well, you should try.
I do try.
All right, then that's what you need, and that's fine. Do you
Okay.
feel tired? You don't seem tired.
Yeah, I think I'm tired a lot.
Oh.
I need to get back on like the Z-Quil train because that's like not addictive and like it did help me sleep. So anyway, keep going.
We'll talk about like sleep prep maybe another episode.
I think
like
that's a
how
good
to
one.
wind down. 'Cause I
Yes.
feel like it's hard for a woman's brain to wind down at
Agreed.
night. That's a good little note for later. We should talk about that.
I would love that.
Yeah. And use this time to help others. Like it's a great time to give back. You're feeling more social, more magnanimous, more generous. So utilize that time and give back to others. Okay, and now it's for day 14. Drum roll. My favorite
I
phase.
can't drum roll because I'm holding the mic.
This is the siren phase.
It's just one day.
Technically, yeah. But like you're ovulating for, a couple of days, but technically it's like day 14.
Day 14 is like the day.
Yeah, but you can expand it. It expands by like a few days.
Okay.
Like follicular Phoenix rising kind of bleeds into ovulation phase.
Okay.
But it's like a 3-day.
Okay. 1 to 3 day thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
AKA the siren, AKA we call this Rihanna phase.
We love a Rihanna phase.
Rihanna's just like so hot, so cool, so fun, so sexy.
Yeah. And you feel all those things on day 14. Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. I mean, the other girls that you gave this presentation to also feel that. So I think it's been scientifically proven.
Yeah, it's science.
Science.
Look it up. So your estrogen is peak. Luteinizing hormone LH surges to trigger ovulation. Testosterone also rises. So you've got all the good stuff. The testosterone is like, you're out there, you're ready to tackle the world. The estrogen is like, ooh, so sexy, so pretty, so fun. LH, I don't even know what that is. So, but that sounds great.
We're not scientists.
Sounds like we're fertile.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're not, that's okay.
That's okay.
Highest energy levels during this time, feeling their best. And they have many people say they feel the best on this day or these days. Mood is upbeat, communicative, more open to socializing. Skin is like radiating, glowing. Body temperature will go up a little bit. There might be some like a little bit of cramps and mild twinges in the abdomen, but like, we love those. Embrace this phase with completing big projects. So if you can, it's hard to do, but if you can and you have like a house project or something that requires just like a lot of energy, focus, attention, like, like this is, I'm just going to do this in 8 hours.
Yeah.
Like, do it then.
Yeah.
This is also very key. Try to schedule job interviews for when you're ovulating.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Or try it. I mean, this is impossible to schedule, but like if you're like in the world of like closing deals or like, try and do it when
like
you're
big
ovulating
presentations on
in
those
person.
days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they can be virtual too, but like in person's better.
Yeah.
Big presentations when you're ovulating. Anything that requires.
So this is like the superpower you were talking about.
Yes. This is like when you want to get what you want, do it when you're the siren.
Okay.
Like whenever you want to get what you want, whatever it is that you want.
Yeah.
Try and do it at this time.
Okay.
You can do whatever exercise you want and honestly just like exercise a ton during this time as much as you like to. Also party. Like
have a good time.
Go out
during
this time because this is like when you feel your best. Your skin is glowing. Okay.
So just go out, feel hot.
You're not bloated, belly's flat. And even if it's not, it's as flat as it's gonna be.
Yeah.
And just go.
Love.
Go on dates. Whether you're single or in a relationship, schedule your dates with your man if you're in a relationship for your ovulatory phase. And if you're single, go on dates and meet people because you're going to be the best version of yourself during this time.
Good tip. I just got back on the dating app, so I will track this.
Yeah, we need to talk about that.
Yeah. Next time.
Sleep is back down to 8 to 10.
Okay.
So 8's fine.
Okay.
And of course, increase your social obligations.
Okay.
Okay. So now we're moving on to the luteal phase.
Is this the last phase?
This is the last phase, and it is the goblin phase.
This is a scary phase.
This is scary. This is when I get scary. This is when I'm like, should I break up with my husband? Should I like change my whole life? Like, it's over for me now.
She literally says to me like, I can't drive.
I literally can't drive during this phase.
She knows herself so well. She's like, I'm out. Like, just take me out. I'm not in.
Like I also have PMDD. So it is like a little bit
pretty extreme.
More extreme than like the average chick out there. But it is real. Like I literally ran over a curb and like popped our tire when I was like in the luteal phase one time. Because I was just like, I was literally just confused.
Yeah. Yeah. Just the brain fog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it just, everything's harder, right? So your progesterone rises initially, peaks around mid-phase, and then it gradually declines along with estrogen if pregnancy does not occur, right? So your energy's stable, but then it like gradually declines toward the end. Some people, feel calm and content in the early luteal phase, but as estrogen and progesterone drop, irritability, sadness, anxiety can increase. Often there's a desire for solitude, which I feel so strong during this phase. Like I'm a very social person and it's hard for me to socialize during this phase. So then I feel bad about myself because I feel like I'm not myself.
Yeah.
And I was canceling plans with people or like not showing up in the way I wanted to. And then you spiral out because you're already sad. So it makes you feel worse about yourself. So like knowing this is coming is so important because I really will try to avoid hanging out with like, not
Or you can move plans.
But like big groups of people. And yeah, you can move. Oh my gosh, our ring light went out. It's okay.
It's all right.
We're still going to look good.
Yeah.
What did you say?
I said you'll just move plans if possible.
Yeah.
Like you'll try and like schedule it for a different time.
Yeah. And it's not like that severe. Like I'm still going to show up if it's like someone's birthday or something. I just like might, go home a little earlier or not put those expectations on myself that I'm going to be like the life of the party.
Right.
Like just going into things knowing where you're at in your phase just makes you feel so much more comfortable with like where you're at.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're not like judging yourself.
Yeah.
Because I'm like my worst critic.
Yeah.
So judgmental of myself.
Yeah, same.
So if I'm not
I think most women are.
Yeah. So if I'm not like
Most
perfect
people are.
me, like showing up to the party or whatever the function is and like being the life of it, then I like feel bad.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, oh, I'm in my luteal phase. I'm a goblin right now. Like the fact that I'm even here is a miracle.
Right.
And then you feel better.
Totally.
This is also important too with this part of your phase is like try eating 5 small meals a day instead of the standard 3 so that you can prevent that binge eating that happens. So I'll make sure to like eat really heavy, fat, rich, like protein rich meals, but I'll keep them like small 5 meals a day. And that keeps you from like weight gain and all that stuff that comes along with this phase.
So when you track this stuff, now that you've become, because you've put a lot of practice into this, like you are actually doing this. So you've got a calendar, a Google calendar that you share with your husband. Do you also like put some of these tips in there, or do you at this point just remember like when to eat protein, when to eat fatty, or like is it almost innate, or would you say like throw it in the Google calendar?
I think
like
throw it in there because you're gonna forget. Like I forget this kind of stuff all the time.
Yeah,
and it's hard to remember when you're like, we say like this is true. Like men live in a 24-hour cycle, women live in a 28-day cycle.
Yeah,
that's a lot to remember.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, totally.
Definitely throw these little tips in there, and I'll put this deck in the show notes. So if anyone wants to reference any of this information, just go to the show notes and then you can just click on this and have access.
And feel free to share it with your girlfriends.
Yeah.
Created by Brie.
Yeah, aka Brie.
Yeah.
So less frequent, low impact exercise. Exercise is always important, especially when you're feeling like a little more like depression or whatever you want to call it, just like a little slower. If you can just even get yourself to go on a walk, that's huge.
Yeah.
Try not to travel if you can avoid it. That can really throw off your system as a whole. I still travel on my luteal phase because it's such a long span. It's day 15 to 28. I just know going into that travel that like I'm just going to need to rest a little bit more.
Yeah. Maybe give yourself a little bit more grace, have some of like the tools from your therapist on like how to pull down the anxiety a bit.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And even just letting the people that like are close to you around you be like, I'm like,
I'm not doing so hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is important. Be mindful of your relationships. So communicate with your partner, close friends, family, like people you're comfortable sharing that with. Obviously, you're not going to like show up and be like, hey, everyone, I'm in my luteal phase.
Yeah. I wish you would do that. That was really fun.
But, you can tell it's your partner is the most important one. And then like your close family, like you obviously, like you'd be like, oh, Bree's being kind of a bitch. And I'm like, no, I'm just in my luteal phase.
Yeah.
So that's important. It really has like become key in my relationship because I can be like a total nightmare for like 4 or 5 days out of the month. So the fact that I can like keep those on Clay's calendar, we can communicate about it with each other. I can't stress enough how much that has helped us. And then like spend time just like nesting, like declutter your home, spend time in your space, light candles, just like really dive into like your little homebody phase. But again, like try to go on walks, like don't totally goblin out if you can avoid it.
Yeah.
It's not good for your mental health.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so it sounds to me like the takeaways here and what I've heard from the gals that you've presented this to
Yes.
is be curious about your cycle. Start looking into it, figure out what your cycle is, how many days it is, etc. And then put it in your calendar, share it with your partner if you've got a partner. And the first phase is your sleepy dragon phase. Your next phase is your Phoenix rising phase. Then on day 14, you've got your Rihanna day. Have fun with it. The next phase is your
Goblin
phase.
aka luteal.
Yeah. And then
there's
back into sleepy dragon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And your luteal to sleepy dragon's a tough time. So again, that's like half the month.
Yeah.
Where you're like luteal and then you're into sleepy dragon. That's half the month.
So like try and find those tips and tricks. Like Brie just gave a bunch and it'll be in the presentation she puts on the show notes. But like find your times where you can eat the protein. Find your times when you can nest. Like these are all tips and tricks to make it easier, better, and more balanced. Because the whole point is not just like, don't just lean into like half the month sucks, but like lean into how to balance out things.
Yeah, like maybe I'm going to journal more for this half of the month, and the second half, like maybe or in the middle, maybe I'm going to, go out more.
Yeah.
And not journal so much. And I don't want to be home.
And your rising Phoenix phase, really go out.
Yeah.
So that afterwards you can be like, I've earned this rest.
Yeah. Chill out at home now and sleep more.
I love this. I think this is so beneficial. And again, not a lot of people are talking about it. Like I think we said bleed a few times in this podcast. I don't know that like people are talking about menstrual cycles all that often.
Yeah.
And I feel very comfortable getting to talk about it with you. So thanks, Sil, for educating me today.
Of course. And I want to add just like a couple more things.
Please.
There's a ton of cycle tracking apps. Flow is ranked number 1. Clue is ranked number 2. But I actually went off of those after I like used some of the apps, and then I just used my calendar. So
and you have the Aura Ring. Don't you use the Aura Ring?
Yes, and Aura Ring is really good at predicting your cycle days.
Cool.
And so I would say like that's a great way. Once you like log your menstruation days, it predicted my fertility window like almost to the day.
Wow.
And so after I just logged like one cycle of menstruation.
Yeah.
And so I definitely think like an Aura Ring is a great investment for anyone looking to cycle track, and it will tell you where you're at and then you can reference it from there. It's a great way to get started, and it'll also help track your activity. So you can kind of tailor that as well to where you are in your cycle.
Also, none of this is sponsored, but if Aura feels like sponsoring Brie, I'm sure she'd take it.
Oh yeah, I mean, like that was so chic, like my little
so chic.
Like,
but yeah, I think that's an awesome one too, because I am not the gal that's gonna go like writing all these things and tracking all these things, and like Aura will do it for you. So I think that's kind of my speed.
Totally.
Some people like yourself will go in deep and do all the work. I just need like tell me.
Yeah, like tell me where I'm at.
Yeah.
And Aura is great for that. So I highly recommend it. And then also the main thing I think people should take away is go get a hormone panel.
Oh, great main thing.
Yeah.
We should end on that. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Well, thanks everybody for listening. Thank you, Brie, for educating us.
You're welcome.
And next time I'll do a little presentation for you guys on Roth IRAs, because doesn't that sound sexy and fun?
Sexy.
Or maybe we could do credit card points. I'll decide.
Yeah.
Come back. You'll have to come back to find out.
Cam's my financial advisor. I mean, she's not, but she definitely introduced me to my financial advisor.
I did introduce you. Shout out, Davey. All right. Thanks, you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Sister-in-Law. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a 5-star review to help get the word out about the show. And be sure to subscribe so you never miss another conversation.